Good evening and welcome, everyone. It's rare that we have a crowd this size to be here tonight for positive activities that the council is going to take. And I want to welcome all of you here and for taking the time and the interest to be present tonight. At this time, I'd like to call a City Council meeting to order of December the 9th, 2015. And Madam Clerk, please call the first public speaker.
The first speaker is Jahinder Singh regarding consent calendar item 8E.
Good evening. Please identify yourself and proceed.
Good evening. My name is Jatinder Singh, and I'm here to discuss the resolution to recognize the killing of Sikhs in November 1984 as genocide. Listening to some of the presentations that were done before me, they said that the city of Bakersfield is now regarded as a safe place to combat obesity. For the Sikh community and the citizens of Bakersfield, today Bakersfield is considered a safe place where we can combat injustice. In 1984, a systematic campaign to exterminate as many Sikhs as possible went under in the nation state of India. Though this happened in a far-off land, many of the citizens that are here today come because they had a mass exodus from India as a result of these killings. So what happened? It's important that we use similar terminology. The word genocide is defined by the United Nations as a complete or partial killing of a community based on their ethnicity, race, nationality, or religious belief. And it's a complete or partial. In November, the Indian government took upon itself to exterminate as many Sikhs as possible. And we shouldn't take hearsay as evidence. In the year 2005, the Indians put forward a commission that examined what happened. And in their own findings, they declared that on October 31st, 1984, meetings were held where people were identified who could organize death squads that could go around killing Sikhs. Sikh homes were identified through voting lists. The media was used to promote false rumors that incited people to target Sikhs, because again, killing fellow citizens is a very difficult task. They used police to disarm Sikhs and provide protection for these death squads, and public transportation was used to take the different death squads to different localities. It's been over 30 years since this action, and little justice has been given. Until recently, many people still refer to it as riots. But places like Bakersfield and other cities across America are today recognizing this as genocide and giving the Sikh people a safe place where they may discuss this and finally have some sort of justice and closure for these wounds that remain open. Thank you, City Council.
I will speak to item 8E as in Edward first. It is a great pleasure for me this evening to offer this resolution for council consideration. We are very blessed and fortunate in the city of Bakersfield and the county of Kern to have 35,000 Sikh members in our community. Each one of these members that reside in our community each day contribute in many ways of employment. They have many businesses in our community that bring jobs to our community. The Sikh population is very committed to the interest of the city of Bakersfield. They do so by contributing in many, many ways in many community projects and services. I think it was very well documented by Mr. Singh, who spoke earlier, about the issues that the Sikh population in Bakersfield has been confronted with since 1984. Many of the members of our city still have individuals that live in India, in the Punjabi region of India, and those persons who continue to live in that area, India, continue to suffer the knowledge of what took place in 1984. Our citizens in Bakersfield continue to acknowledge and recognize what has impacted their families and friends based on the genocide that took place in 1984. Bakersfield cares about its people. The City Council of Bakersfield cares about all of our people, and especially the Sikh population. We say thank you to all of you, what you continue to do to make Bakersfield a better place. I will now move a motion to have this resolution approved.
Thank you, Mayor Hall. I will move to approve the resolution commemorating the November 1984 violence in India as Sikh genocide.
Do I have any council comments on this item?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilmember Maxwell?
Thank you, Mayor Hall. I don't usually like to go after Mayor Hall. He speaks extremely well about things that are very important. I know that he has lived this. He's been over to India. Unfortunately, I have not. But I recognize the important part that each one of the communities of our community play. And I think it's a great honor for us to be here tonight and taking the time to recognize something that happened to some of the most important people of our community. My hat's off to Mayor Hall, and I just thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope it's as important to you as it is to us to do this tonight. So thank you very much.
Councilmember Sullivan?
Thank you, Mayor. Well, your words are always very appropriate and certainly heartfelt. And just to look out in the audience and see the strong support for each other and for what this resolution represents tonight. It just shows a community spirit, loyalty to one another. And you're here also supporting the city of Bakersfield. We know your support. We have experienced it and felt it and recognized it for years. So it's just, I commend all of you that took the time out of your evening tonight to be here, to be part of our meeting tonight. You certainly deserve our support and the words in the resolution. So I applaud Mayor Hall. He's always very eager, very willing, very eager to recognize good people doing good things for good reasons. And so thank you for being here. And we are just very fortunate to have the strong community that you are as members of our city. Thank you.
Councilmember Parlier?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to echo your statements and the statements of the other council members. Recently, I was at one of the Sikh temples when this topic was discussed, and I just want to talk about our community here in Bakersfield. There isn't a Sikh community, it's a Bakersfield community. And the Sikhs are, as the representative of the largest Sikh portion of the population in Bakersfield, they're our neighbors, they're our friends. I have personal friends in the audience, and I'm in full support of this resolution, and just want to thank you for your contribution to our community.
You have a motion. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved with Councilmember Rivera absent.
Mayor, may we applaud?
Thank you to the council for approving this resolution. I'm now going to call for a 5-minute recess, which will allow our guests to exit the council chambers if you so desire.